Pacific greetings, kia ora, talofa lava i il tātou tunu i lau whaafonga mani mai moa. Our call at best is to help spark an outbreak of potential among the Pacifica community. Over the next 20 years and beyond, we look forward to working with all our stakeholders in the community, industry and government to realize the bold aspirations we have for PEST, for Pacifica and for New Zealand. O le sini au tū, ia soasoani atu le PEST, i la langa mai wanga o whamanuianga, ma le o tale ni lilo lo nā tia matanu mia page tono o tātou ainga. Tagaloatele le PEST, le isi luas fulu tausanga o lumanai. I le PEST ona o le tele o fuafuanga o whaatata tia le PEST, malana o unanga mo le mamalu tangata Pasifika, ia mai se fo i le nei tunu o ia New Zealand. O le fau whaatasi mai stasi o tamali o le tātou tunu o Tagaloatele, Marina, Masame, Naborisi, e mai le la alfango lau lii masapali i. Ia lo ngā lue tono le PEST, o lona ia o mia stasi fo i o tūlanga i tono lau unanga, ia e Talanoa nisi o wha moenga. Marina, Masame, Naborisi work at PEST for the last 14 years. She's here to share more about her role and also her current role, to look after and also to be responsible for the Pacific communities in terms of the church groups and our community parents and families. Whaatalo whātu, māloso i fua Tagaloatele. Welcome to our program.
Māloso i fua, tālofa lava Wellingtone, tālofa to our viewers. It's a pleasure and an honour to be here today to share with you some of the exciting things that are happening with our Youth Academy and also the new role that I've moved into this year. It's definitely a great opportunity, so thank you.
Marina's background is in teaching, which she has taken into her work with PEST Pacific Institute of Education. Marina has been with PEST for 14 years and has been recently appointed to a new role as Stakeholder Relationship Manager. Her role is promote PEST Youth Academy and develop community relationships with churches, schools and other tertiary institutions. O Tagaloatele o se tasi o tamali o le atunuu mai le nuu o laulii masapali. O fast fulu nei tausanga o ngalue o ia, o sfulu fata usanga o ngalue o ia le PEST Pacific Institute of Education. Ma o whamanui nai o ia is tofinga fau o le Stakeholder Relationship Manager. O le ayati na ina, maafutanga, maaulotu, a onga, whaapea maisia o unanga, taua o onga i tutonu au kilani. Ia, maise foi. PEST Pacific Institute of Education. Marina, you have contributed significantly to the well-being of Pacifica youth and their families through PEST Youth Academy. What really motivates you to stick around?
That's a really, really good question. I think my journey with BEST started long before I started working at BEST. So when I was 16 years old, my brother and his wife had a daughter, and when I was 16, I was motivated by her life in this world and to be able to contribute to a young person like my niece, and that young people like my niece would be able to succeed in life and that opportunities would be open to them by accessing the education that's available. And not only that, but also having someone in your families that can help you to succeed. So as a 16-year-old, I made a choice to go into education, and I trained to be a primary school teacher, but I actually never went and started teaching in a primary school. But I actually was introduced to BEST when I was still studying there. And so when I came to BEST, I absolutely fell in love with the students. The students at that time were 16 and 17 years old. And their lives are definitely remind me of the core reason why I went into education, and that is to help empower our young people so that they have a chance, a better chance.
So what a story, because I can hear loud and clear about it's not by chance, it's not the money, it's something else. Say your affiliation or part of this organization for the last 14 years, it's like a very commitment in terms of not only for yourself, but also for your people and tertiary education from the beginning.
Yeah, I definitely have a drive in me that I'll be completely honest. When I was at school, I wasn't the best student.
Like most of us.
and like a lot of our young people, they are very talented. Our youth are very talented, gifted and skilled. And sometimes they require a little bit different. And having a staff that have the same kind of aspirations or motivations that I had to go into education, and that's the thing that I think stands out for our youth academy, is that our staff are motivated by real reasons to be there. They relate to our students, they understand the specific responsibilities in a family, they understand, so that they create a learning environment that feels like a family.
Sa mo malau whaafonga malau tāpo inga e se le whalongalongo atu ia Tagaloatele Marina malana tau mawhainga sfulonu tau sanga ia sfulonu tau sanga o le vai tau tonu le o loo malosi le nau ta ingo alum whanau fo le e o ia onga mesa onga kolisi ma onga mawalunga secondary schools a ai whanongalongo atu maleanganga fia male whaanga etia o naulona nau ta inga fo lea ina ia mawhaile ngata ina whasosoani i siona naiona ainga ia o naiona tausonga. A olona o le mawhai ona whaatosina ina ia i Marina i le isfulu ono tausanga. I le tūlanga ina i mawhai ona avea mas tangata i tutonu o le au unanga lea la wo o mai le nei vai tau. E le ngata la na amata mai na onga mai ai. A le tūlanga lea wato e li liu atu ia Tagaloatele, i Marina. Toe whaatino fo le ngā luenga o le au ina o alo mawhanau al tātou atu nuu. Ia mese fo i Pasifika. Ai mese lava tupulanga talavou mo le anga iluma o lātou tau mwhainga. The great news is that it is worth going back to study. If you have a qualification at level 4 or above, you will earn more. The more you learn, the more you earn. Phil O'Reilly of Business New Zealand wants to see more opportunities for Maori and Pacific Island people who feature disproportionately high in unemployment statistics. O se mo i mau fia mo i tātou. E au ngā mawha amalia loto le toe fo i wha tino sina o onga. O le mawaina o loutu spasi tau aloa level 5 po le sili atu. Ua mau tino ai se tutongi maulunga ma lava wha asoa mo oe ma le ainga. Whai mai le tau tino ngā Phil O'Reilly, a league official of Business New Zealand. E mana o mia New Zealand le iai ma ia lava. O ni awa no tau a onga e toe tapu e ai anga wa o tangata Maori in Pasifika. I wha maungo fo numerous statistics o loo atangia mai ai. E le wha opopoina pe o tangata Maori in Pasifika e le o maua ni a lātou ngā luenga. Marina, Best Youth Academy. Tell us about what does it mean by success at Best Youth Academy?
I think to be able to answer your question, I have to go back a little bit. So Best Youth Academy is a dedicated service for our young people aged 16 to 19. Now, there may be a misconception that Best is only for students who haven't done well, and I want to clear that up today. So Best Youth Academy is an academy that's dedicated to young people's success. We have students who have done very well at school, but they want something different. They want an environment where they have more choices, or they don't want to do 5 subjects, they want to do 1 subject because they know they want to be in tourism, or they know they want to work in business. And so coming to
And even pathway back to uni and
Correct,
higher education.
yeah. And so Best Youth Academy success is having an environment that supports our students' dreams and aspirations, and to help them either further their education at universities, at other providers, at higher levels. As you said, once you get to a certain level above level 4, it is proven with all the research that we've done that our young people can earn much more. And by earning much more, they are able to support their families. When something comes up, they can support the family, and it's not just their success. So success for us is to see a young person complete their program, then move on to further study, and then achieve a successful role where they can contribute to the community, so they can contribute to church, so they can contribute to their family. And you know, there's lots of roles out there in the community that our young people may not be aware of. And so part of our role at Best, we have a student pathway support role that helps our young people explore those different options.
What does it mean to you by witnessing our young people, you know, pathwaying back to higher education, and even there are others that who would like to go to pursue careers and finding a good paid job?
I think for a lot of our young people, even some of our older people too, it's almost like to be able to succeed, they need to have a core strength first. And part of those core strengths is having a confidence in your own ability, having a faith that you are supported by those people around you. And then when you're in a place where you're comfortable, where you're confident, you can then learn and contribute. And so part of what BEST is about and what our leadership at BEST Youth Academy is that every single student counts. And so we want to build the core of the student, which is the things that are inside and the things that our parents have actually taught us. And so that's supporting that from the academy side. And then we find that from there, once a student feels like they are valued, anything is possible.
How much support from parents in terms of, re-engaging the young people after secondary schools, or even the ones who did well? There are others who have been away from school for a lengthy period. Well, how much support that you're giving, the BEST Youth Academy from our families, our mothers, our parents?
That's a really good question, because our parents, all of our parents, they want to support our young people. And I had the privilege earlier this year to sit down with some of the mothers in Manukau and mothers and fathers in Waitakere. And when they sat down with me, they shared the difference that they saw from their young person. So they saw the confidence build. They saw a desire to want to learn from their young person. And also some of the young students that have moved on to a further education or a job, we just saw what the parents wanted was just to see their young person succeed. So I think the key thing is our families, they always want to support. Sometimes in other settings, they have been hurt by some of the choices that have been made. But what comes through for me is that our families want to be involved. If you come to the academy, you'll see a staff that reflects what the students look like. So there might be someone there that has a Tongan student, and they are Tongan, so they can speak the language to the confidence to the families, or Samoan staff members. And I think part of that is a barrier. But at Youth Academy, those barriers are broken down because you have someone that can speak your language.
Holistic approach, eh?
Yes.
What did you see in them? Marina, when they walk in there, you were there for a lengthy period of time, and not only yourself, your colleagues, but also that relationship with young people. What did you see in them when they, enter the program after a year or two at secondary level? What did you see are they real there to learn and continue, or are they just there just to experience the program?
I think it's a mixture. There's a mixture of different motivations for our young people. So one student may come because they want more freedom. They don't want to wear uniform anymore. Or
that's a really good...
They want to be able at lunchtime to walk down the road and go for a walk. And so that student might just want some more freedoms and be a young adult in education. Another student may have been asked to leave school. And that, let's not try and sugarcoat things. Sometimes our young people are asked to leave school. We have some students that, like I said, they don't want to do 5 subjects. They know exactly what they want to do, and that's a course they want to do. So there's lots of different students, but there's one thing that remains the same for me, no matter which student. Every single young person that walks through our doors, they want to succeed. They want to do better than they're currently doing in their lives. And it's our staff's responsibility and opportunity to tap into that and then help them along that journey.
Pena whafonga mai moa I le saunanga le tamaita o Marina, Tagaloatele. Ese a alum whanau, ese o lātou ia o vaenga o mai ai le ngata i lea sa o ngai la nisi fo ila tau o tausanga pe lua le o te aonga wa mata no fai ngā luenga ala lawa sifulu ono, sifulu fitu, sifulu valu tausanga ele i mātutua se fo la tau winga whaalia i le tūlanga fo leo le te tala mai o langona o le avea ai o le Best Youth Academy ia i polokalame nei wa ato whaina wa umana mata i tūlei o se whainga fo ile ina i mawhai ona whaataua ta maiti uma e le whapena o tamatiti nā onga lai le leila nā onga nsawai e le whapena o tamatiti fo ile la sa onga wa uma le onga maulunga po kulisi le e fo ila tau alum whanau o tai tausanga o ngā lulue o wawena ngā lue na i fsosoani i mātua a leo toi fia o lātou langona le toi fia fo i mai e toi a onga o pe o le o ngā tutonu le mū le o le tamu whai ngā le Best Youth Academy lalo le Best Pacific Institute of Education pe on sao noia Tagaloatele o le tūlanga ina e mwhai o na whaataua ina i lātou uma o lātou langona o winga o lātou anga wā o tāleni o le tomai ma le poto a le fe mai le Best Pacific Institute of Education lalo le Best Youth Academy e mawhai o na toi tāpena ma toi tapue mati nae alum whanau sifulu ono, sifulu fitu, sifulu valu ma le sifulu iwa tausanga i lalo o le whaamalu a le Best Pacific Institute of Education. We'll see you when we come back. We'll talk more about Marina's other new role pe a fo i mai tātou malolonga. Welcome back to e whaatala whatu sa moi lau tāpoinga o mai tai o Tagaloatele, Marina, Masame, Naborisi o se alo lava o le tātou tunu o se tama whanau sa moa nei fo i tamali i ua pale mai i nei fo i ngā luenga i tono le best. Pacifica students are staying at school longer and still not achieving. So many of us don't get what we want the first time round or miss opportunities because we didn't know what it was we wanted or needed. We need to get back up and try again. It is very important for parents to understand it is okay to take your child out of school and send them to BEST. It is proven there is another alternative to achieve NCEA at Best Youth Academy. O whaamau ni ele to tele o alam whanau Pacifica o tele tausanga o a onga I kolisi a leo whaamanu e ina I tu spasi e te tau na maua. E to tele tātou e le mautonu po wheanga I ai e ala I a onga. Po le ale ngā luenga I whia ngā lue ai. O ia langona e whale tonu ai ma le unga o a onga maua lunga peitai. O wane tātou whaavai e toi tutu I lunga ma whao ngā isi e wala o awa no mai. E whao wai pēr lo tātou wala tau mwhai. E tāua le sile fia e mātua, e mawhai o na whao le whale tātou whanau le Best Youth Academy. E toi tau mwhai ai mo le NCEA. Paulea, ia wawe o na I loa lea tūlanga ma whaso tai loa le Best. Mo se awa no mo na ia tātou whanau. Before we move on to your next role, just a final word about Best Youth Academy, Marina. What are the criteria for becoming a student at the Best Youth Academy?
So it's really easy. 16, 17, 18, 19, you're eligible for the program if you are a New Zealand citizen or a New Zealand permanent resident. So it's a huge opportunity. Don't waste it. That's all I really have to say. Don't waste it. Don't stay there at school if you're not succeeding. Look for alternative opportunities, and you can have that opportunity here at Best.
Who to talk to?
So you can talk to me, you can talk to anyone at Best. I'm very, very keen to meet with any of our church leaders, our community leaders, or even our school staff who are concerned about the success of our young people and are looking for another way. It's not a lesser way, it's an equal way. So it's just another option for our young people. It is
the value of this being part of Ukraine. It's pretty much, there's quite a lot of money if we turn into paying our young people. But the offering, it's free for our young people, 16 to 19.
It's absolutely free for our young people. They don't have to spend, you don't have to spend money on a uniform. They don't have to pull their socks up. There is a free opportunity for young. You don't even have to buy stationery. All of that is provided for them. And then also a bonus is that getting to course, the Youth Guarantee scheme has enabled our young people to receive travel reimbursements. So the travel payment that they might spend on getting to course has been taken care of as well. So free course, no stationery, no uniform, and you get travel payments for coming to your course.
How about the learner's driver's license? Is that part of the Best Youth Academy?
So the youth driver's license is being offered to students who are being successful.
Okay.
So we know that where a student has a goal and there is a prize when they reach that goal, the driver license is a prize for our young people.
Sa mo malau tapo inga, lei se tutongi, along whanau sfuluono, sfulfitu, sfulwan, sfuluiva, taimil nei, mo ilato, mo leanga ilu mo lato wha moenga. Let's talk about your new role. What is your new role?
So my new role is the Best Youth Academy Stakeholder Relationship Manager. That's a really long title for what I'll simplify as I'm here to speak to our community, to try and bridge the gap that may be there and to help our young people access Best Youth Academy opportunities. Sometimes our families, our leaders in the community, they just need a little information to see if this is a suitable pathway for our young people. But also I want to see that our young people, after they do their course, move into other providers at higher levels. So it's bridging the gap, but a two-way bridge.
So it's now not just best talking to the community as it was before. Now you're really, you mean business in terms of closing the gap.
Well,
So who are you talking to in the community?
So this is my second week in my role. So at present I'm preparing to have networking events at Best that we can host and introduce our community leaders, our parents, our brothers and sisters to see what it is that we offer. I look forward to meeting with other providers to make sure that we close that gap and strengthen the bridge that we have with them. And I'm very, very keen to get the feedback from our families, the student families, who spend the most time with our students. By understanding that, we can better serve our students at the academy.
Is this the next level of, I mean, I remember your mission statement says to work alongside with the community and parents. Is this the next level of that relationship building capacity?
Yes, absolutely. It's a big investment in any organisation to create a role such as the role that I have now. This is a brand new role to Best, and in creating this role, it tells quite a big story. It tells a big message, and that is Best wants to invest in this role so that we are investing back into the community, so that the community can have better access to the school and the services that we provide, not for us, but for our communities, so that they can get better jobs, so they can be qualified to access those roles.
Under this new role, would you be able to share with our communities and parents about the consultation and the dialogue that you have been doing for the last 20 plus years with the bureaucrats, with the government, with government officials around education and tertiary education?
Definitely. I think part of my role is to ensure that our communities are up to date with what it is that we provide, but also to work together with them to move some initiatives that would support not just Best students, but our communities as a whole. And without working together, I think a long time ago someone said to me, through small things, great things come to pass. And I think if Best just works by themselves, there's only so much we can do. But if we work together with the people in the community, you know, who knows what we can do together. Not just here in New Zealand, but back in the Pacific Islands.
In the
as
islands.
well. Yeah.
O le tuaitai o Tagaloatele, Marina, Masame, Naborisi, o lana ngaluenga fou, o le fsotai le maulotu, mai kalesia, o matua, o tatou ainga. Ma so stasi lava o ai business o aonga, o kolisi mtulanga whapena, na ia whaalatalata le mawhitanga le Best, il tulanga ialum whanau, mo le anga mai se fo I matua. Jeff Cooper is Auckland Council's chief economist. He wrote a very important article for the New Zealand Herald on how education is a double gift for the person who gets the education and for economic growth. It is believed to be a powerful tool for addressing inequality. Inequality is shown to be associated with increased crime, reduced overall happiness, and a dampening effect on economic growth. On itu singa Jeff Cooper o le whaululu iai Vaenga o mata i tuina le tamau ainga o tunu o New Zealand. E wha pe o onga o se mea lofa e lua ni wha manuanga e maua mai ai. E le ngata i le tangata o loa o ina, ai wha pele alu alu i luma o le tamau ainga o le tunu. E au ngā foi mo le wha i titia o ese senga i tamau ainga o tangata mau o loa ma tangata mātiva. O le nei wha fitauli, o wha te tele ina ai le solitu la fono, fia tangata ma le wha le tonu o tamau ainga o tunu. Inequality. This is very important. I think in terms of your role, I think it comes at the very right time in terms of our people. It's creating more dialogue and relationships with our communities, especially within our churches and our families. For our young people, after all, there's quite a lot of things that our young people involved with nowadays.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So your role now, it's making sure that the whole community are part of BEST.
Yes, that's just, and you've made my roles feel like it's very, very big, and I have a lot of work to do, but I can't do it by myself. I need to work together with our community so we can do that work collectively together. Our young people deserve an education, and they deserve to make the most of the sacrifices that their parents have made and their grandparents have made to be here in New Zealand. And I reflect on my own parents' sacrifices. So let's not waste the sacrifice and make a choice. Don't be wavering in your decision making. Make a choice. Be at school and succeed, or choose an alternative option, which could be best.
Okay. In closing, what would you like to say to our community?
I think that's it. Don't leave it too long, because there's a window, 16 to 19 years old, where our young people can come and do a course and be successful in an environment where they are supported. Make a choice and help your young person make that choice. If you're confused, please come and see me. I would love to talk to you and assist you in any way I can.
Are there places for Best Youth Academy as we speak?
Absolutely. We have actually another intake coming up. So we have an opportunity right now for new students to start. And
Tomorrow?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We would like to meet with you. We just need to book an appointment. It's a really simple thing to do, but you can start as soon as possible. Just give us a call.
Sa mo lau tapuinga, o tātou Talanoa le manuia tele sa mo lau tapuinga. We'll see you back again next time. Thank you for watching. Tō whāsoi fua.